Good morning, children. Hope you all are hale and happy and taking very good care of yourself. Welcome to first session, Social Studies Paper 2. Today we are going to start new chapter, chapter 13, Industrialization and Social Change. Let us start. Today we are going to learn about the first industrial revolution, living and working of millions of people, including women and children, and why Britain. In 18th century, most important revolution is industrial revolution. It was a transition of manufacturing process. Children, in 12th chapter we have learned about the different revolutions, but those revolutions were politically based. But now in this chapter we have to learn about how the revolution take place and the basic change has been started in the process of manufacturing or production. The economy and industries in Britain changed completely between the 1780s and 1850s. So, this phase from 1780s to 1850s, many historians and many scholars describe it as the first industrial revolution. Like George Michelet in France, Friedrich Engels in Germany, and the English philosopher and economist Arnold Toynbee described this phase as industrial revolution. This revolution had widespread effects in Britain. Not only in Britain, it started spreading to the other parts of the Europe, USA, and the rest part of the world. However, industrialization in different countries was different from each other. The features which depends and why this variation is just because the country's historical, social, and geographical features which led the industrial revolution to flourish in the particular country. Observe the slide, children. This is the early factories. When industrial development started in Britain, there is a need to have a new machinery and technology. So most of the invention took place in Britain, where they can boost up the large production. Because of the new machinery and technology, it was now possible to produce goods on a large scale as compared to handicraft and handloom industries, where production was small scale. Now, British industries had now started using even steam power also as a new source of power for their production. So, they have started instead of coal anyhow it was there, but along with the coal, by burning of a coal, they are producing the steam, and this make it as a source of power for the moving of machinery, for running of machinery. Even they started use of the steam power in transportation also, like ships and railways faster. Industrialization brought a great prosperity for many people, but at the same time, it was linked with poor living and working conditions of millions of people, especially women and children in Europe and other part of the world. You can see here in the slide there are many women and children because they are ready to work on the low wages for longer hours. Now, the question is why Britain? As you know, the Britain is considered as the workshop of the world. So historians are asked that why only Britain is initiated or come as a industrial revolution or brought an industrial revolution, or it's a first country which has faced the modern industrialization. It's have a various reasons. Let us go for the reasons. First reason is political stability and unified market. The first reason is Britain had been politically stable since the 17th century with England, Wales, and Scotland unified under a monarch. So, England, Wales, and Scotland is under a control of a monarch. So, these places are having a common rules and regulation for the economic, commerce, and the transactions. And there is no scope for any other common person to levy any new taxes on the local authorities or can collect the taxes from the local people. So they are having more number of people, or number of people those who are paying tax only to the government. And by the end of 17th century, money was widely used as a medium of exchange. Before that, they used to have a barter system. And now, by this 17th century, by having a unified political stability and a common financial system, the medium of exchange was money, which was largely adopted in Europe. You can observe the map. You can find the iron and coal manufacturing areas. Children, this map is very important. Uh, at the south, so you can see it's an English channel which plays a very vital role because it's a connected link, or it is connected easily with the other parts of Europe. The second reason is agricultural revolution. Before industrial revolution, agricultural revolution took place between 1600 and 1800. England had gone through a process called the agricultural revolution. Here, how the agricultural revolution take place? Here, the people started using the new methods of cultivation, as well as they have started rearing the animals to produce for market. In this manner, they created very large states and increased food production. And to have a large state, some of the people, those who are the land owners, they started snatching the small areas of land from the poor peasants, and they forced this landless farmers and those who had lived by grazing animals on the common lands to search for the jobs elsewhere. So the migration process also started, and it gave this agricultural revolution by adopting the new methods of cultivation and animal rearing make few Europeans rich, as they're having very large state and they are having uh, the enough food production. And those who are landless, they have to migrate and move on in search of a job and for earning of their livelihood to the nearby towns. You can see in agricultural revolution how the new methods has been adopted in agricultural process in England. Third reason is towns, trade and finance. From 18th century, the towns in Europe were growing in area and in population. The population of at least 11 British towns doubled between 1750s and 1800. As those who are landless peasants, they are not having any work, so they started migrating. They started moving from villages and started settle down in the urban cities and towns in search of a job. And in the cities and towns, as industries has developed, there is a need, or there can be get easily the jobs over there. And the largest of them was London. The main town which get attracted by many people was London, which served as the hub of the country's market. So London is a center of international market. In England, the movement of goods between coastal line with sheltered bays, as it has a very good network of the rivers and all that, and most of the Britain's rivers were navigable, and they can easily carry the cargo on river vessels and easily transferred to coastal ships. The center of country's financial system. Now it's about the finance, how the people are getting the funds, from where they are getting the capital. It is from the Bank of England, which was founded in 1694. See, children, for the factors for producing anything, we need certain factors. Among that, the capital plays a very vital role. So the people, those who are can get easily the funds or the loans from the bank, they started establishing the industries, and the financial requirements to establish and maintain big industrial enterprises were met by these banks. Fourth reason, colonies. By the middle of 18th century, Britain had extensive colonies in North America and was beginning to establish control over large parts of India. Colonial conquest and trade provided British merchants and banks with a large amount of capital which could be invested in industries. Now, for producing anything, as I said, some factors are required. They are getting the finance, they are getting the capital from the bank. Now, there is a need to have, though Britain is self sufficient in having a raw material, but still to get a more cheaper raw material as well as the labor, they started exploring to the new places, which led for the colonization. So industrialization requires certain preconditions. First one is investable capital was provided by the growth of banking institution in Britain. Firstly, they are getting a financial help from the banking system. Secondly, the required availability of workers who are willing to work for low wages. So because of the landless peasants and all that, when they are migrating, they are ready to work on a low wages. Thirdly, is it requires a large market to sell its products. The peasants now became workers who had to buy all their requirements from the market instead of producing them on their own farms. So markets was also provided by the colonies. So it provide all sort of facilities, cheap labor, raw material, as well as a marketplace where they can sell the goods. And the fourth reason is industrialization requires cheap raw material and efficient transport infrastructure. Not only raw material is required for the production purpose, even it should be having a better transport infrastructure to get the raw material as well as the labor, or to transport the goods from one place to the another place. Let us have a quick recap. Today we learn meaning of industrial revolution, its impact on living and working conditions of people, and why Britain is known as the workshop of the world. Home assignment: write about the different means of transport: roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. Children, make a tabular form. At least two different reasons you have to write two differences for each means of transport. Thank you.